All right, on this day back in 1977, executives from the Victor Company of Japan, better known as JVC, held a press conference ahead of that year's Consumer Electronics Show in Chicago to introduce to America the VHS videotape and player. Now, VHS had been floating around for a few years, but was only available in Asia, primarily Japan and South Korea. But JVC knew that expanding the technology meant getting U.S. households on board. The video home system, as it was called, was officially introduced under the brand name VidStar in the U.S. and was designed to compete with the Sony Betamax, a proprietary technology that entered the market a couple years prior. While Betamax had better picture quality, VHS offered more features. The tapes could hold twice the content, about 2 hours worth, and the players retailed for around half of the $2,000 price tag found on most Betamax models. But the real key to success for VHS was its open technology standard, which, unlike Betamax, meant film studios and VCR makers could license the technology for free, allowing for wider adoptions. Now, a few months after the press conference, VHS tapes began to show up on U.S. store shelves. The first batch of movies, there were roughly 50 films that a company called Magnetic Video licensed from 20th Century Fox. It included MASH, Patton, and The Sound of Music, and it sparked one of the great consumer product wars of the modern era, a battle that saw Betamax's U.S. market share slip from virtually 100% in 1976 to 25% by 1981 and to barely 5% by 1988. And that was the year Sony finally acknowledged reality and started making VHS recorders itself alongside the Betamax. Eventually, both technologies would succumb to newer and more efficient formats, such as the Laserdisc, the DVD, and, of course, internet streaming. By 2003, DVD rentals had already overtaken videotape, and by 2006, movie studios decided to refocus completely on the newer format, and that brings us to our question of the day. What was the last Hollywood film officially released on VHS? The answer, David Cronenberg's action movie, A History of Violence, starring Viggo Mortensen as the owner of a small-town diner whose criminal past comes back to haunt him, a lively romp. And if you're short on cash, maybe check to see, Scarlett, if you still have that videotape in the back of your closet. A used copy sold at auction last year for more than $2,000.